everyone, and welcome to All Ears a Disney Podcast, Episode 5. I'm Rachel.
And I am Nico, aka Co-World.
It's nice to be back. We're actually on a brief hiatus because I was studying abroad in Ireland, so couldn't exactly record from there. But I am back, and we are ready to go with today's episode. So today we'll be talking about two main things. First, Universal has finally announced its fourth park, coming we don't know when. And our second topic today will be Nico and I's predictions for the D23 Expo coming up. So, going straight into it, August 1st, so just a couple days ago, Chairman and CEO of Comcast, Brian Roberts, quoted, "Universal's epic universe will take guests on a journey where beloved stories expand into vibrant lands, and where that journey is as much a part of their adventure as the ultimate destination." So this press release was kind of weird because it didn't really say anything. The official press release was only 2 sentences, I think, and did not include an opening date or really anything about it. What do you think about that, Nico?
Sounds like a lot of fluff and a lot of very vague. I don't know what's going on. Very Universal.
Yeah. And the only thing they really did release is concept art, actually. Which I guess you can kind of zoom in on and guess things, but really, there's not a lot here.
There's not a lot, but they did release a big piece of blue sky concept art, which kind of shows off the whole park of what they're hoping to do. But luckily, our friends at Attraction Magazine zoomed in and broke down every single section and gave little predictions of what the park will entail. So I guess I can go through that with you. So we have the main entrance, which is very similar to the current Universal arches that you see, you know what I'm talking about, that they have in Hollywood and Orlando. It's studios and those flagship parks. So it's kind of similar to that. It'll be a hub and spoke design similar to the castle parks in Disney. So it'll be like a central area, and it'll kind of from the center, it'll kind of spread out to different areas, different lands, wherever between those two. So there are rumors of what the lands will be dedicated to, what properties. So one that is all but confirmed is Nintendo. Did you hear anything? You've heard a lot about that, right?
Yeah, I have. And that's the one thing I could pick out in the concept art is I can kind of zoom in and see some like mushrooms and stuff where it made me think, okay, well, we've officially got Nintendo. So that's the one I myself can confirm.
Yeah. You can get, I mean, that's been rumored since for a few years now of what a central part of the park will be for the new Universal Park. And the concept art, you can kind of see a little green tunnel, which is iconic from the Super Mario Bros. Games.
Absolutely.
There's rumored to be a Mario Kart attraction you can kind of pick out from the concept art. Maybe a Yoshi themed dark ride is what they're saying, and maybe a Donkey Kong themed area with its own ride.
That'd be really interesting. I'd kind of be down for a Yoshi area. Yoshi was my favorite when I was little.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Something also interesting with this concept art, there's like a whole green area. I don't know if you saw that in like the top with a lot of trees. That is probably going to make expansion area, which new parks usually incorporate for when they want to expand their parks for their new properties and movies and shows that they develop throughout the years.
Right.
Also rumored is a How to Train Your Dragon area, which is very popular movie. Movie franchise for that Universal has the rights to.
That's cool.
There might be like a Dueling Dragons, is what they're saying. Dueling Dragons coaster, similar to what they had back next to Hogwarts before they closed that down.
Yeah.
And then they're also gonna have maybe a Fantastic Beast area, which makes sense because the one thing that did catch people off guard a little bit, everyone thought the new theme park was going to be called Fantastic Worlds. That's what everyone was saying, but it came out that it was Epic Universe. So Fantastic Beasts is probably going to be in there. And then Universal Classic Monsters is also rumored to be in there, which would be interesting. Not really sure.
So Classic Monsters, does that mean like What does that
I
entail? Do you
really
know?
don't know. Some people are saying maybe a like permanent, because their Halloween nights are really popular. Maybe like a permanent area for the Halloween nights.
Oh, I did see that.
So
Okay. That's interesting. I'm just wondering what rights they have to classic
I mean, they have
monsters. Like, are
like
we
they're able
talking
to get a lot of rights for
Frankenstein?
their scare mazes, like Stranger Things and Ghostbusters, and all those are always there. So maybe they'll get.
Wow, if there was a permanent Stranger Things area, I would go
I mean, that
ballistic.
would
That would be
I don't know
amazing.
what the rights are with that or how that works, but that would be super interesting. That would be
Right.
very popular considering the success of Stranger Things.
Absolutely.
And then you'll see in the center area, there's like a water with the fountains, so that it kind of looks like there's stadium seating. So that'll probably be part of the nighttime spectacular show. And we've seen recently they added the fountain show that we actually got to see back last winter
Yeah,
break.
with Justin Timberlake in it. That
Yeah,
was
they have
great.
newish fountain show at Universal Studios in Orlando in that park.
I
It was
actually really
it
enjoyed
was
it.
pretty
It was
good.
fun.
Like
Yeah,
considering that Universal's not known for their nighttime shows, it was pretty good. Especially when they played "Can't
it
Stop
was
the
pretty
Feeling,"
impressive.
and that was
That
the
was the best
peak,
part.
all the fireworks, and it was crazy. Um, yeah, they did have a short Q&A um, after the general announcement, and they invited a few companies or a few attraction companies come out and ask them questions. So during that
Mhm.
Q&A, they did say that it'll be a 750-acre site that they bought, all that land that they acquired a few years ago. It'll be located east of Universal Boulevard near the Orlando Convention Center. So this is about 12 minutes from the current resort location where the current two parks are and City Walk. This will roughly double the size of their park. So a big expansion. They said it's the big expansion they've ever done for the Universal company. It's within,
Yeah, that's interesting. The 12 minutes from the current resort location is really interesting because in the past you've only had to really park in one place and go to those two parks that are literally
yeah.
attached. So does this mean that you'll have to go from one park to the next and park in a
I
new
mean, yeah,
location
that's
too?
kind of how Disney does it, and pe-
Yeah,
people
that
have
is how
gotten
Disney
used to
does
it.
it.
But I don't know.
Huh.
I like the fact that they were next to each other and that you could walk in between, like how they have in Disneyland, where you can walk between DCA and Disneyland
I
Park.
know. I think that's their pull kind of because that's what I mean, I guess I guess it makes total sense because the reason I liked that is because I could make Universal a one day
Yeah,
thing. And now that there's another park 12 minutes away, I'm forced to do a few days in Universal, which I guess is their ultimate
yeah.
end game
Also, they
here.
like
So,
incorporated like the coolest way to get to the two parks with the Hogwarts Express to get from.
that's true.
That
That
was
was
pretty
awesome.
sweet.
I love the Hogwarts Express. I would ride it back and forth forever.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people react to the fact that this is actually going to be a they are forced to drive to the other park to get there, and if they will choose a park hop between those
Mhm.
three parks. So I don't know. The big thing is that with this expansion is the idea that they're trying to make Universal a 1 week destination because they did realize Disney has the upper hand with four parks, huge iconic
Yeah.
parks and themes, and people are there want to be in there for a whole week at Disney World. Not necessarily the same thing for
Yeah.
Universal Studios because you only have two parks, and like you just said earlier, you can pretty much do it in one day.
Yeah. Yeah, I have done it. I do it in one day, like, every time. I never go
Yeah,
multiple
I don't
days.
think you need. I mean, once you ride one virtual reality ride, you kind of over it.
You got them all.
That is
Yeah,
definitely Universal's
you got them all.
problem. Too many VR rides. They need to fix that.
I know. Makes me
I know.
seasick.
Especially a Simpsons ride. They need to close that ASAP.
Oh my god, the Simpsons ride, don't get me started.
um, So, like I said, they want to make this a week long touring destination, and some interesting quotes I found from the Q and A. This Universal Park CEO Tom Williams said the secretive nature of this project is quote because of the competitive pressure. So, obviously, referring to Disney being their biggest competitor. It's
Disney,
no
yeah.
secret that they're competitors, and Disney has had the upper hand
Right,
since forever and will
right.
forever. I hope. Um,
Will forever,
And
dude.
also, Brian Roberts of Comcast said, We're all battling for the time of visiting guests to come to our location to share details of what we have in mind with the competition is something we have no interest in doing. So they don't want to
Hmm.
share too many details, kind of. I guess that's why
Yeah.
it's so big. They don't really want to. But this kind of makes sense. Do you know what I'm referring to when I say Michael Eisner?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So basically, if you guys don't know, Michael Eisner is the former CEO of the Walt Disney Company, and back when Universal was becoming an idea in Orlando, Universal Studios Park, Michael Eisner was basically working for Paramount Studios, and he was in a pitch meeting that Universal was giving, saying they're building this new park surrounded around the movies in Hollywood and the making of movies. And then he went to Disney and gave them that idea, and this is all technically alleged, and gave them the idea, and suddenly around the same time as Universal announcing their park, MGM Studios, a Disney park, was announced. Um,
That's pretty classic
the
Michael
classic
Eisner,
Michael
though.
Eisner. We can have a whole few episodes about the history of Michael Eisner.
I want to tell my alien story at some point. My Michael Eisner
I know
alien
you
story.
do.
I love that story. It's my favorite story to tell. So stay tuned for the alien story,
We'll
guys.
definitely get to that. I have it planned and all my ideas of what we
Thank
have for future
God, because I
episodes.
love telling that story.
But basically, they don't want to make that same mistake and reveal too much information and have it stolen by
Right.
Disney or stolen by anyone else. All alleged again. But of course, the question that comes from all this: will adding a third park, since we are a Disney podcast, will adding a third Universal park be a threat to Disney World? And this was a really funny quote that Universal CEO Tom Williams said. He said, "Last I heard, a universe is bigger than a world."
Oh my God. That is-
I didn't. I had to fact check that one, but that was from a Time magazine article I read that it was official.
That is a
So
straight up dig. Like that's not even a subtle at. That's a full on attack at Disney. Honestly, I think that Disney just, I don't want to say won the war, but won a battle with the Star Wars immersive hotel. And I kind of think that Universal knows how big the Star Wars hotel is going to be and is scrambling for something that will give them the same leg up. Because, I mean, an immersive Star Wars hotel is something that is so incredibly unique. And I mean, I don't know. I think the only way, I think I've said this before, but I think the only way that Universal,
I think this is a response to the hotel.
maybe, yeah, the hotel, Galaxy's Edge,
Why do you think the hotel?
it
Okay,
just
yeah,
all of the Star Wars stuff that's happening because
because I don't think the hotel is going to be actually that big.
no,
It's
it's
only
supposed to be small, but the idea is revolutionary,
yeah,
And
yeah,
people
I
are
agree.
so drawn to that idea of the immersive hotel that they're kind of dumping Harry Potter for Star Wars. If you get what I mean. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a huge threat. What do you think?
I think we're going to see an effect of people obviously wanting to check out this new
Yeah,
park in Universal. Like they still have a big following, obviously not nearly as big as
right.
Disney, but I don't think we're gonna see Universal Studios become the number one most attended park in 2020
Yeah,
whatever
no, I agree.
when this park comes out. But I don't know. They will definitely get some more customers because it's a huge investment and it's something people will be curious to check out.
Yeah. So from there,
And only time will tell. We'll have to see what they have in store. We don't really even know what they have in
I
store for
know.
it. Could be a flop.
I know. There's seriously no information. It's kind of frustrating. So, with this big announcement, we go into the question: does Disney need to open a fifth gate? And for reference, I have some dates here of lands and gates that have opened. So Magic Kingdom opened in 1971, Epcot opened in 1982, Hollywood Studios opened in 1989, and Animal Kingdom opened in 1998. As far as lands go, we got Pandora in 2017, Toy Story Land in 2018, and Galaxy's Edge in 2019. So I feel like a lot has been going on. Honestly, I think we would be lucky to get another land or gate anytime soon. But I personally, my answer is no. I don't think we need to open a fifth gate right now. What about you? What do you think?
Oh, I don't think so right now at all. No. I mean, would it be successful?
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. But you can see that they've pretty much every year, like you read those Pandora to Galaxy's Edge every year since 2017, they've been announcing a big expansion, a whole new land, and it's been getting bigger and bigger each
Yeah.
year. So they're pretty committed to the idea that they want to expand the current parks and develop those areas. And there's a lot of things that they've already announced that they're going to be focusing on for the next couple of years, with obviously Epcot, and
Yeah.
then they're going to move on to their next park, which will probably be Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom, and we'll get into that a little later. But um, will they announce it? I think they definitely will eventually. There will be a fifth
You
gate,
think
I
so?
think. Yeah, I think so.
Huh. I don't
They
know.
just have they have so much
They
land.
do. They have so
Like
much land.
they have so much land. They have so much land, and you know that their Disney parks is what is their big money. Is the thing that brings them the most money, even bigger than
Right.
movies.
I kind of think they can use all that property to find new ways to give entertainment, if that makes sense. Like just find new unique ways to have quote unquote theme parks, but like immersive hotels and like Disney Springs areas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, I think they are gonna continue to bring. They can see like with all their now current or recent announcement of their own whole new hotels
mm,
and that they've been announcing recently, they're pretty committed to the idea of new hotels as
right.
well.
Well,
So
we'll see about a 50.
I don't think it'll be anytime soon. I've I mean, some people think maybe D23 they'll drop the bomb since Universal announced
I
this
I think that would
this
be a
year,
terrible
which is
idea on their part.
a
Like a
terrible idea.
terrible idea. I do not think it would go over well at all. I think people would be mad because
Well,
it would be obvious that they're only doing it in response to Universal. And honestly, I don't know if they have something big enough right now to I just don't see them opening a fifth gate right now at all with all they have going
I mean,
on.
I think it's very unlikely that they'll do it this year, but I think it's quite possible that they announce it within the next 10 years, 10,
Oh
15 years.
man, that's going to be crowded.
But I mean, a lot of people speculate this because Disney did just acquire, they're constantly acquiring new lands little by
Yeah.
little each year, but they did make a big purchase this past January, um, December, January time period where they acquired 965
Oh my god.
acres of land. The only thing is, this land is 10 miles southeast of the current center of Disney World. So it's kind of a drive. It's about a 20-minute drive, 10 to 20-minute
Yeah.
drive. Um, to give you an idea of how much land that is, they currently have developed 7,100 acres of current land for their current parks and resorts. And then to give you an idea of what 965 is like compared to a park, you can definitely fit a park in there. Disney Animal Kingdom is the biggest park as far as acreage, and that's 580
Oh
acres
my
right now.
god. I think one of my favorite facts that I learned being a cast member was that the parks don't actually take up that much of their land at all. Disney just has an incredibly
Yeah,
large plot of land and the parks are such a small portion of that. That was the most mind-blowing thing I learned, I think.
yeah. And they have so much going on. They have so many resorts. They have Disney Springs.
Yeah.
They have the huge, what was the huge solar panel field that they
Yeah, and they
added?
also have some reserved parks too for wildlife, which I think is another one of my favorite parts.
Hmm.
So they do all kinds of stuff on their land that we don't even know about.
Yeah. But let's think hypothetically, if they were to open up a new park, what do you think they'll theme it as, or slash what do you want them to theme it as?
Okay, personally, I think that the next option is going to be Marvel.
You think they would dedicate a whole Marvel park?
I mean, I know it's unlikely now that they're announcing all these Marvel rides throughout the park. But I think if they did want a fifth gate, Marvel would be the perfect pick for it. Just because you know how big Marvel is right now. I mean, Endgame is now the highest grossing movie of all time. Like that's insane. So
Mhm.
I think it would be pretty easy for them to make an entire park based on Marvel. However, again, I don't know if they would do it because they're expanding it into other parks, and also because Universal had that Marvel Land for a little while, the superhero area. And I don't know if Disney
Yeah.
wants to already put salt in that wound for Universal and open a completely new park.
I mean, it's also obviously the factor of they don't have those rights
Yeah,
currently with their deal with Universal.
exactly.
But also, they're not going to announce the park anytime soon, I don't
Right,
think.
right,
So who knows? By the time they build the park, they could very well have the
right.
rights by
What do
then.
you think? What do you think they would do?
I don't think they will open a park on based on one property
Yeah,
that's just not Disney because they're if you think about all their parks, they're all based
yeah,
on a
I
general
agree with that.
idea. So it would kind of be hard to open up an area just on one property. Like when there's rumors that Universal was going to open up a Nintendo park, I was kind of surprised and interested to see how they would center a park around one
Then
property.
they
But
didn't.
then they came out with Epic Universe, and they said it's just going to be pretty much a section of the Epic
Right,
Universe
right.
park.
All right.
Um, I the biggest idea floating around is a villains park, which I think would be pretty sweet
That would be very
because
interesting. I
villains are good.
I don't know if they would do that. Just because I'm thinking about I know this is an extreme example, but I'm thinking about Snow White's Scary Adventures and how much people
Hmm.
hated, or kids specifically just absolutely hated that ride. So I feel like the
Yeah,
villains would be like a Michael Eisner, I need the parks to be older in audience kind of move, because I don't see
yeah,
parents taking their tiny children to a villains park.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I think they will fix that problem with having a heroes versus villains park.
Ooh,
So
Nico,
kind
good
of
one.
one side will be heroes, one side will be villains. You can kind of choose what side you want to visit, and if you want the kids to stay away from the scary stuff with the villains, you can just have them show on the hero
Wait,
side.
Nico, this is awesome. I think you need to create this.
I mean, look, it would be a cool way to for. Also, this isn't like all my ideas. I've read
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of
Come on, I thought
rumors
this
and
was like a
ideas
Nico
on this.
original.
No, I mean, I do. I've developed some ideas off of it, but um, I think the hero side would be a cool way to incorporate like new like heroes that are underrepresented in the other parks, so like Moana and maybe like Hercules or someone
Oh, that would
else
be
like that
so cool. Yeah.
who don't really have a place in the other parks, but you can build a place for them in
Yeah,
a new
I
park.
would be so down to go to that. And then the villain side, I
And
would want
then
it to be like
yeah, the villains.
Disneyland, like where some of the villains just literally walk around. That would
Yeah.
be amazing. I just want to walk down the street and encounter the Shadow Man, have a conversation with him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty sweet. Like the villains are very popular and very underrepresented in the
Yeah,
parks.
agreed.
Like you see all the villain, like the new villains party that they just um, started this year at Magic Kingdom, a special ticket event. Those things get sold out, and I've heard amazing reviews
Yeah,
about
me
it.
too.
Like it's worth $120.
Me too.
So that's good too. So people
I
love the
do definitely
villains.
think that would be really cool. I'd be down for that gate. Okay.
um, but who knows? I don't think it's. I think the earliest they'll announce it, looking at possible. I don't think these are likely, but it's possible that they could announce it next D23 Expo, which is going to be
Yeah.
2021, which is the 50th anniversary of the Walt
Right.
Disney World. Or they could announce it 2023, and which is the 100th anniversary of Walt Disney
Man.
Animation. So two big anniversaries. Who knows? They want to. They might want to drop a huge bomb on us.
They love doing that.
Yeah, Bob Iger did say he has a lot of or big things planned for the 100th year anniversary of Walt Disney Animation Studios.
Okay, Bob. I'll take your word
So,
for it.
I mean, I know. I mean, it's definitely they've definitely been talking about it. Like they
Mhm.
can't not have been talking about possibly opening up a fifth gate.
That's fair. All right. Well,
Yeah. Which brings us to D23 Expo
Yes.
predictions.
I'm really excited to talk about this because I usually get super into D23, like read live tweets as they come in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So D23 is the big expo. It's kind of like the Comic Con, the Disney's version of
mhm.
Comic Con, where they announce all the big information for movies, parks, and everything Disney. So that's going to be happening on the weekend of August 23rd to August 25th.
I did look it up, and tickets this year are $89 for a single day pass and $69 for kids. I think it's like under 12 or something.
And they're sold
So
out, aren't they? Right?
yeah, they're sold out. So
Yeah.
it's expensive to go, but I think it would be
That's
worth
on my
it to
bucket
get one
list.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely me
Pretty high on
too.
my bucket list for Disney.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of content to go through for predictions. First, I think we'll go into movies and streaming. What do you think? Sounds good?
Yep.
Okay. So I love movies. So buckle up. Here we go. Um, it's going to be a huge year for Walt Disney Studios as far as movie announcement goes. So we have a few coming out soon that I think we're going to get a lot more information about. The first being the new Maleficent movie, which you haven't even seen the first, have you?
I haven't, but I've heard good things.
It's good. It's good. We should watch it. So that comes out October 18th, 2019. So I think we'll just get some exclusive content, maybe another trailer. And then from there, we go to Mulan, which is March 27th, 2020, which I think we're going to get a lot more about. Probably new posters and a new trailer, I would say. And then after that, we have Jungle Cruise, which is
With The
July
Rock,
24th, 2020, with The Rock. I looked it up because I was curious. I don't think they're going to have a cast panel, so unfortunately, I don't think The Rock will be attending D23. I
boo.
know, I'm so sorry, Nico. But I think they will have some more exclusive content into that. And then Cruella comes out December 23rd, 2020. Now, this is preliminary, but Emma Stone is confirmed to play Cruella de Vil, which I think is lit. I think that's going to be really interesting because I actually secretly am both extremely terrified and really fascinated with Cruella. So I think that'll be really interesting as we hear more information about it. So hopefully we will at D23
She
this
doesn't
year.
scare you. No evil thing will.
Oh, nice, Nico.
Thank you.
Did it. That was amazing. Um, so next, I think we're going to get the official announcement of The Little Mermaid live action, which obviously we have all heard about in some way or another, in negative or positive ways. I think the official announcement is going to come out to the release date. They're officially going to name Hallie, I forget her last name, as Ariel, and there's talks that that movie will come out in 2021. So we will see what happens there. Um, a couple more franchise movies that I think are going to be released. New Pirates movies. Personally, I'm not excited for these because I thought the last one was terrible, which is
That's what
sad
I heard.
because, yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean was my favorite franchise or
Really?
one of them for
Never
so
went.
long. Yeah, my family would go see the movies in the theaters when they came out because we just really loved them. But the last one, my mom and my sisters and I went, and we were so disappointed when we walked out. All of us just had these big scowls on our faces. So I'm not excited for the new installments. Unfortunately, hot take. Um, I don't even think that's a hot take actually, but we'll see what happens there. Also, new Tron movies, which is to be expected because we have the Tron coaster coming to Magic Kingdom, so obviously they're gonna pull some more Tron out. I think we're gonna get a lot more live action announcements.
Of course.
Of course, because I don't know what it is, but right now
Why
they're
not?
just really into doing the remakes.
Because
Um,
it makes money.
yeah, I I'm not gonna
Levity.
go into it because I could talk about it forever, but I'm not a big fan of it anymore. I was for a minute, and now I'm kind of over it. So
I'm a little over it
hopefully,
too.
yeah, hopefully we won't get too many, but there are rumors that we're gonna get a Snow White and Peter Pan remake.
That would be interesting. I'm hyped for the Mulan one because it looks like it'll be a little different from.
I know the Mulan one is
I think
like
it needs to be a little
inspired
different.
by, so I think that'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Um, However, all the rest of them sound like they're just gonna be exact copies, and I'm not a big fan of that. However, I did like The Lion King, but that's a different thing. Um, okay, one that I'm two movies that I'm very, very excited about. First, we're getting an Enchanted sequel, which I don't know if many other people will be as pumped as I am about that, but I personally love Enchanted. So it's very likely that they'll drop the announcement of Enchanted 2. And with that, there will definitely be a Frozen 2 panel. That I'm extremely excited for. And I think this is going to be probably one of the biggest panels for movies this year, along with Star Wars. And I'm pretty sure that the cast will be included in the Frozen 2 panels. That means that Adina and Kristen will both come. There's rumors that they might sing a song from the movie together. That would be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I heard they might do a little music preview, which will be huge since Let It
I
Go, the
would be
biggest Disney
beyond
song
excited.
ever.
Yeah, I would be beyond excited to hear some music from Frozen 2, because I think all the music they've put out after the first movie has been amazing, like getting better every time. So I'm pumped for that. Um, so from Disney, we'll go to the Pixar movies because we have two coming out, Onward and Soul. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know a ton about both these movies.
Onwards, that movie, it's like exploring like a fantasy world,
Mhm.
starring Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
I did know that
They're
because
trying to like
that's funny.
re I don't have an actual synopsis up, but they're trying to like rediscover the fantasy aspects of their world, trying to
Okay.
relight it.
Okay,
Something like
cool. So
that.
we've
I
got
have no
that.
idea what Soul is.
Yeah, Soul is going to be a new announced thing, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think anyone knows too much about it, so I feel less bad about it.
Yeah. Wait.
That's
Okay, I found something.
about Soul.
Actually, no. Right. Never really found anything.
All right, well, there's a movie coming out from Pixar called Soul. We'll probably get more information about it at T23.
Yeah. So we'll say
um,
theaters June 29th or June 19th, 2020. So not too far away.
okay, cool. Um, so from Pixar, we will go to one of the main events, which is Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. This one will be as big as Frozen, I think. We're definitely going to have a panel because it comes out in December, so it's coming up. And I think that it's going to include the cast, probably all but Adam Driver, who plays Kylo Ren, because he hates conventions and he never goes to them. But I think Daisy Ridley will be there, and I love her, so that's exciting. Okay, there are a couple more. There's so much news on movies this year. So we randomly have an Indiana Jones movie coming out in 2021. I'm pretty sure that Harrison Ford has said multiple times that he's done with Indiana Jones and he doesn't want to do it anymore, but he seems to keep showing up. So
I heard he's gonna be in this one.
yeah, I heard he's gonna be this one too after they made a huge deal of him leaving. And him like leaving his hat for his son at the last one. But nope, here we are. Harrison Ford in another Indiana Jones movie. I mean, I'm not bad about it, but and then we have a rumored Dragon Empire movie, November 2020, and Zootopia 2, which will be a big deal, and that will be November 2022. Okay, finally we have Marvel Phase 4. Nico, do you want to talk about that really fast before I get to Disney Plus?
Sure. I am a big Marvel fan, so I'd be happy
Are
to.
you actually? No way.
I am. Just last month in July, they announced at Comic Con San Diego, they pretty much announced most of Marvel Phase 4. Marvel Phase 3 just wrapped up with Spider Man Far From Home, which is amazing. Would recommend. Rachel still need to see it.
I know, I'm working
Um,
on it.
but they are now officially in Phase 4. There's not another movie coming out until May 1st, 2020. And that's going to be the long awaited Black Widow movie, which is going to be a prequel. And then so these next four movies I'm going to say have been already announced. They have the Eternals coming up November 6th, 2020. They're going to have Shang-Chi coming out February 12th, 2021. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness coming out May 7th, 2021. That's supposed to be rumored to be a horror movie.
No way.
Yeah, the director is like a famous horror movie director, and
Who is it?
oh, I forget.
That's okay. Bold move. Wow.
But yeah, and Scarlet Witch is supposed to be in that movie as well. And then they have Thor: Love and Thunder, which is Thor 4.
Love
Sheesh, Thor 4.
and
Um, but I thought that was the biggest news because they announced no one was expecting this. That Natalie Portman is coming back,
I
reprising a
saw
role
that.
of Jane Foster.
Very exciting.
And the even bigger news is that she's supposed to. They already announced that she's going to be taking the power of Thor and going to be female Thor.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's sick.
Yeah, during the presentation, they gave her a hammer and everything. So they gave her Mjolnir, and it'll be interesting to see if like they're gonna completely phase out Thor out of
Yeah,
the MCU, and if he's gonna retire and give up his powers, or if he's no longer worthy of his powers. I don't know. It says Love and Thunder, so my
that's so
guess is gonna
interesting.
fall back in love with Natalie Portman and or
Right,
Jane, and
right.
she's gonna get the power somehow.
His old
Valkyrie's
flame,
supposed
as
to
he
be
said in Endgame.
yeah, his old flame. Valkyrie's supposed to be in it again. She's supposed to officially come out as bisexual in that movie.
Oh wow.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I'm
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna be so interested to see what they do with Thor's character from here, honestly. After Endgame, I'm very interested to see where Thor goes from here.
yeah. I mean, it looked like he was gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like it was gonna be
Right,
as Guardians of the Galaxy, but
right.
James Gunn, the director, said that's not gonna be the case.
Wow.
So these are gonna be the new movies that they haven't announced that they didn't announce officially at Comic Con last month, but they probably will touch on at D23.
Mm-hmm.
These are pretty expected. Black Panther 2, rumored to be coming out February 2022.
Ooh,
And then we
excited.
have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 6th, 2022. And then Captain Marvel, July 29, 2022.
Wow. So lots for Marvel coming.
Lots of Marvels. And that's not even including Disney Plus shows.
I know. But honestly, I fully expected that because Marvel's just become a massive entertainment sector for
Yeah.
them. Um,
And I think I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I would be a little surprised, but they could even give us a big surprise of announcing the inclusion of Fantastic Four and X-Men with a new acquisition of Fox properties. And Kevin Feige, the CEO of Marvel, has been always referencing that he wants those to be incorporated into MCU, and now it's possible. Now Disney owns
right,
it all.
because of the Fox acquisition.
Yep.
That's actually a good segue into Disney Plus, if you want to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
as you guys all know, Disney Plus is coming out this November or something like that.
Yeah. So it's coming up really soon. As a mass comm major who studies streaming services, I'm excited. And the really interesting part about Disney Plus is that Disney now has full control of Hulu. If you didn't know, so Disney Plus is going to be offered as an add-on for Hulu, kind of like HBO is and that kind of thing. So it'll come with your Hulu subscription, which I am super pumped about because I still have my student discount. So
Is that confirmed?
doing great. Yeah, that is confirmed.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did
even.
see an
I thought
article
Disney
about
only
it.
had 2/3 rights of it.
No, they now have full control.
Okay.
That's recent. That's very recent. I can't remember exactly when it was, but they do now have full control of Hulu. So because of that, we are going to have two separate, really, really big Disney Plus events at D23 that are confirmed. So first off, we have the Disney Plus Pavilion on the show floor of D23, and that's going to be demonstrations, basically like app demonstrations for people to try out. My guess is that they'll just have a bunch of iPads set up and stuff, and you can go look at it and see the what am I thinking of, interface for it. Just be able
Mm.
to scroll around and check it out. So I think that'll be really interesting because I've been eagerly waiting how it's going to be set up. And then bigger than that, though, we're going to have Disney Plus's first look showcase. And this is going to be a really big event in one of the conference rooms. So from the website what'sondisneyplus.com, I think they got this from a press release. But they said that fans won't want to miss this exclusive preview of Disney Plus and its exciting slate of original films and series from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, and more. And it will also include never before seen content, surprise guests, performances, and reveals, including a first look at Lady and the Tramp, which was new information for me, The Mandalorian, and High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh yeah, we're psyched for that.
Oh man. Okay, so there's actually they're doing a lot with High School Musical, the musical, the series. And it's actually going to have its own sneak peek screening and panel. Um,
Yeah, I hope they don't mess that up.
I think they're going to, Nico. I really think they're
Yeah,
going to. I'm trying
I
to
don't
stay
have
super
much faith in
optimistic.
that one,
But it will
but we'll
definitely
see.
not be original cast, which is big for me.
Minus 100 points there.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. Um,
That makes
and
sense. They're not in high school anymore. That'd be a little absurd if they said they were still in their
that's true.
senior year.
That's absolutely true, but still, I'm so mad. I think that this is honestly going to be for the next generation. I don't think that this show is by any means supposed to be for our generation. Excited to see High School Musical again. This isn't for us.
I mean, I'll watch it. I'll watch the
Yeah,
first episode
yeah.
if it's in my if I already paid for the subscription.
All right, I'll watch it with
I'll
you. I'm
put it
down.
on.
I'm down.
See if there's a new get your head in the game number or something like that.
No, I refuse. I don't want a remake of that. It
Do
was
you
too
think like the
perfect
main
already.
character will? Do you think the main character will have the same crisis of like basketball star and
No,
former?
I think they're gonna try to make it different, more relevant. I don't know what the more relevant version of that would be, but I definitely do think it's gonna be very, very 21st century oriented, like Disney Channel is now, you know.
Yeah,
So I
I
think it's
mean,
gonna be
I have no idea what's going on Disney Channel now. I haven't.
it's wild, let me tell you.
Yeah,
The only
no
reason I
idea.
know is because I'm a nanny, so a lot of the kids I nanny watch Disney Channel, and every time I watch it, I just kind of stare at it, thinking, "Hold on a second, this is completely different from what I remember." So I think that's going to be seen very clearly in High School Musical, the musical, the series. We'll see how that goes. But I am very, very excited to see all of the announcements for Disney Plus, see how it looks on my TV, because I'm very excited to start streaming from it. So that's my Disney Plus update.
How do you feel about the Simpsons being announced to be in there? Because
Oh yeah,
the
I
Simpsons
completely.
are going to
Yeah.
be have their own little section at D23 as well.
Yeah, that's weird to me. Um, I actually didn't grow up watching The Simpsons,
I
and
didn't either.
I was never a big fan. Actually, the first time I watched a full episode of it was a few weeks ago when I was in Ireland. I took a
Really?
sick day.
Your
Um,
first time?
yeah, my first time ever watching a full
So when you go to
episode.
Universal, do you know any of the characters?
No, I have no clue what's going on most of the time. And I know that they've got a thing with donuts, so I know that. And I know
I
the
mean, I didn't
family.
watch it either, but I have watched a couple episodes, and I had to study it for my English class in like eighth grade for satire. We
No
had to study
way.
the episode, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we had to study the intro, so I know the intro pretty well.
I know the intro too. I do know
Um,
that.
and then I also have watched multiple times the episode with NSYNC.
Of course.
And they're all original, the original voices of all members of NSYNC are in it.
Yeah, I actually have seen. Okay, so here's the thing about The Simpsons. I've seen a lot of scenes, but I've just never seen a full episode. Does that make
Yeah,
sense? Yeah.
yeah.
But I did watch my first full one when I was sick in Ireland because it was the only thing on my TV in Belfast. Um, and I don't. I had a fever and I was on a lot of medication, so I don't super remember it. But I remember being like, "This is what everyone was so hyped about when we were kids." Okay, I guess. So that's my feelings on The Simpsons. The end.
But of course, what everyone always looks forward to with D23 is the Disney Parks news. That's the big
Heck
headliner.
yes.
Yeah. So little things they might cover on um, that they're pretty much guaranteed to cover. First being the Epcot transformation.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna probably go over everything, even though there's been a lot of details already announced. They'll probably go more in depth. I'm thinking they'll give us a whole new 3D model of how it looked like, similar to how they did for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Pandora. So we'll kind of get a look at the central spine area for Future World, how that's gonna look. Construction is starting soon with the new revamp. It's already starting September 8th with stuff happening and closing in Innovations East and West. Um, yeah, how do you feel about all this new Epcot stuff?
I'm so excited. Honestly, I really love Future World for its nostalgia, but excited to see I'm excited to see it be an actual Future World again. I keep forgetting that Spaceship Earth is gonna be down for like what is it, a year and a half or something?
Oh, I thought it was like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah,
Okay, well I'm sad about that because I do love Spaceship Earth, so I'm gonna be very sad to see it go. But
I think they're gonna announce more about that because they haven't really said much
I
besides
know
the
they
fact
only said, "Hey, we're closing it."
for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I don't know what they're gonna put in there. There's rumors that they're gonna turn the star scene into more of a like just progressing from where we left off with the computer. Um I would be kind of sad because I do love the star scene, but it would be really cool to see some super modern technology in there, like maybe iPhones and more robot things and I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I think they definitely will update it with our new modern technology.
Yeah, so that's gonna be cool to see. I'm excited for that.
Hopefully, they don't change the general identity of the ride, though.
I know that's what I was just gonna say. As long as I still get my Michelangelo scene and the Roman boys that are just chatting in Latin, I oh my god that rhymed. I really like Spaceship Earth. I think it has such a classic Disney charm. So fingers crossed they
Yeah,
won't change it too much. But yeah, overall I'm excited for the Epcot uh refurb.
yeah. Um, do you think it will keep its identity as trying to be future world? Because it's kind of strayed away from it with some of their new additions. Do you think we'll
Yeah.
get a whole new name or
Yeah. So
identity?
the rumor for the new name, what is it? World something?
Epcot World Center is a name I've heard has been thrown around. It's not guaranteed or anything like that, but
I think that's a reasonable new name for it.
yeah,
I don't know if they're going to keep its identity as Future World.
yeah. Because these names like Future and Tomorrow, like Tomorrowland, they get outdated. Is the biggest problem with them, and
Exactly.
people complain about that.
So I think it's pretty likely that we'll get a name like World Center, which will be
We'll
sad,
see.
but we'll see.
They're doing a lot. We can have a whole episode on their Epcot
I
revamp.
know.
But besides Future World, they're rumored to announce a new pavilion. I don't know if it's going to be at D23, but the Brazil pavilion is all but confirmed to be coming to the World Showcase. I think that's going to be a good addition to our existing countries because it's been a long time since they added a new
I
country.
know.
A
I'm
long
not.
time.
I'm not sure. I have a lot of reservations about it. Um, so I'm not entirely sure. I need to learn more about it. So hopefully they'll drop some information on it at D23 and I'll be able to give an actual opinion to you. For right now, I'm
Yeah,
going to say I'm skeptical.
I do know, that there is not supposed to be a new ride, is what they're saying.
There is not.
No,
Okay,
no new ride, just a
that makes sense.
complete
I don't know
experience.
what the heck they would put in there.
I don't know. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I'm welcoming it. They built the World Showcase with ideas that they're going to add more countries, and they haven't really done
Right.
so lately.
Yeah.
And I know they have at least 3 spots, I think, open
Yeah.
to add new countries. So why not use up that space sooner rather than later? And I think Brazil's a iconic enough country to be represented in the World Showcase.
If you could make a pavilion, like your
Philippines,
dream pavilion, what country would it be?
Philippines, obviously.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Food would be the best in the whole World Showcase.
Whoa, hot take.
I
Okay.
mean, it's true. Imagine like Olympiads going out the wazoo and Halo Halo on a hot day in Orlando and
Oh
ube
god.
ice cream and
All right, you're right. You got me.
pancit, chicken adobo, all that good stuff.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Just well, I figured you'd say
Anyway,
that. I just thought I'd ask in case you said something different randomly.
what would you have?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't put enough thought into it, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you. I'll think about it.
I think Switzerland would be a cool idea, and I know that was supposed to be an idea for one of the park or one
Oh,
of the
wow.
original places. They're
You
gonna
don't think
build a.
that's too similar to Norway?
I don't know. I just know that because when they're discussing countries to put in, Switzerland is very close to getting put in, and they're gonna have a whole Matterhorn ride, similar to Disneyland and everything like that. So
Right. Right. Huh.
I don't know. Norway's not a huge pavilion either right now, so might not be Norway's kind of where you go for Frozen, and
That's true.
that's what
Hey,
it's
my
become.
perfume comes from the Norway pavilion. I dig it. Anyway, sorry about the tangent on pavilions. Anyway.
All right, let's move along to one more piece of Epcot news that might be announced. Illuminations Replacement.
Yeah.
Um, that's coming to end this fall. They haven't really announced much that's coming for the new permanent replacement. They have Epcot Forever, which is going to be the temporary replacement after Illuminations ends. And then after that, in 2020, the permanent show will come. It's supposed to have the use of IPs, which is a common pattern in our
It's gonna
Disney
be
parks
so full of
nowadays.
IPs.
A little controversial, but we'll see. There's supposed to be screens, water mist projections, dancing fountains, and of course, fireworks in this new show.
Heck yeah.
So I think it'll be a cool show. I don't know if it'll beat Illuminations, so we'll see. We said that about Wishes, and Apple Rapture was welcomed with open arms. So
Yeah, very true.
I'm saying positive about it. I
I'm
think Epcot Forever is going to be pretty sweet. People are
I'm
saying that
really pumped
that
about
should be the
Epcot
permanent
Forever.
show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like paying homage to the original Epcot, which everyone who grew up with Epcot loved. But yeah, we talked a lot about Epcot. Let's move along to Marvel, which is going to be discussed as their incorporations in the parks. So they already announced that they have Marvel themed lands coming to Disney California Adventure in Disneyland in Anaheim, and then Disneyland Paris at Walt Disney Studios Park, and then Hong Kong Disneyland. So I'm thinking we're gonna get more information about those lands, maybe some models, more about rides that are coming. Um, they've announced that there's a Spider-Man ride coming to DCA, so maybe we'll get some concept art about that and possibly an official name of the area. At the actual convention, there's going to be a Disney Parks Pavilion on the grounds called Imagining Tomorrow Today. So that'll kind of be the central area where you get a hands-on look of what's coming to the Disney parks. I think the Epcot transformation and the Marvel lands will be a central part of this pavilion. I think we'll also get an inside look at the new Zootopia land coming to Disneyland Shanghai, because all I've got is that one piece of concept art
I
with that
keep
one.
forgetting that's happening.
Yeah, we just really got that one concept art,
Yeah.
and that's it. So we'll probably get some more information about that. The Walt Disney Studios expansions with Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan
Okay,
lands
that's gonna
coming
be
and
lit.
more.
I cannot wait to learn about that.
Yeah, so I think we'll learn more about that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will be a cool part of the expo. The Disney Parks Pavilion will definitely be a happening place.
That'll be one of my favorite pavilions, I think, to learn about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to top off the D23 Expo for 2019, we have the main presentation, what we all look forward to on Sunday, August 25th. And that's what we'll cover the big events of what's coming to Disney Park in coming years. And I think the main part of this presentation is going to be Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary / Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary,
Yeah.
which is coming in 2021.
Right.
Yeah, so with it being Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary, kind of what's already all but confirmed is that there's going to be 50 new experiences for the 50th anniversary. I don't know if I don't think they're going to announce all 50 new experiences,
No, I
but
don't think so either.
I think they're gonna talk about some of the new ideas that they have. What do you think is going to come to
The
little things that are going to be
part
announced
of the
for it?
50? Well, I definitely think that they're going to be enhancing a lot of classic attractions. I keep seeing that everywhere. And I think this is kind of cheating for the 50 new things because they're really just kind of cleaning them up. But definitely, I've been thinking about the Carousel of Progress a lot, and I'm so massively sure they're going to change it in some way.
They have to.
Yeah,
They have to.
they
I mean,
have.
it's amazing as is, but like that last scene,
I know,
that's
but
not the
if they
future.
change it too much, I'll be so sad.
Yeah, I
But
hope they just change the last scene and that's
yeah,
keep the rest
yep,
and like make it still the same charm, like the same
yeah.
basically the same technology as they did back
Hottest
when.
4th of July we've had in years. Yeah, so hopefully they don't change it too much. But I definitely think that's gonna be a thing. Also, Philhar Magic, is I can absolutely see that being updated in some way.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have new IPs in it that are more
Yeah.
current.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, Honestly, my favorite thing is just learning about the new nighttime parade. Um,
Yeah, so that's what a lot of people are speculating, that a new nighttime parade is gonna be coming back to Walt Disney World, because we've been without a nighttime parade for a couple years now.
I would just like to
Since
say that the last time we had a nighttime parade was August 20th, 2017. And I listened to a couple of podcasts where people have legitimate, like, count, like, number of days since our last parade. And they'll say, like,
really,
1,700. I don't know if that's the actual number, but they'll say that. And people are very grumpy about not having a nighttime parade. And honestly, I need a new nighttime parade. One of my favorite things when I was little was lining up for the parade and then making the mad dash to the castle for the fireworks. So I'm
yeah,
gonna need that in my life
honestly,
again.
like I grew up going to Disney World like all the time when I was little, and I really remember seeing the Main Street Electrical Parade. Like, has a bigger memory in my mind than I had with the fireworks. Like
Ooh, I
seeing
would
those.
not agree with that, but
I mean,
I get that.
just personally for me, it was like that's what I remember
Yeah,
seeing, sitting down on Main Street and seeing those floats lit up.
I get that.
Um, I actually took a trip in like July of 2017, and I was looking at my Snapchat memories a couple weeks ago, or my time hop a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I saw those pictures, and for some reason at that time I didn't realize that was going to be the last time I was going to see Wishes um and the electrical parade, the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Ooh,
So
that was a big night for you.
yeah, they were in there. It was weird.
Wow, that's insane. So I'm excited for that, the new nighttime parade, and also new floats for my personal favorite parade ever, Festival of Fantasy. They're rumored to have new floats. I don't know, is that confirmed yet, or is that still a rumor?
I think it's still a rumor.
Okay. But it would be very interesting to see if we get some new floats. I'll have to relearn the entire parade.
I don't
And
think it'll take it too long.
I don't think it will either. Um,
Be new princesses for you to wave to.
that'll be very exciting for me. And then enhancements to, of course, our fave, Happily Ever After. I'm not sure. I feel like there'll be very small enhancements to Happily Ever
I
After,
think so too.
like
I think it'll be
the
just like a
tiniest
little
tweaks.
section celebrating the history of Disney, maybe like the 50th, saying it's the 50th anniversary at the somewhere near the end. But I think the general story will definitely stay the same.
Agreed. Agreed. So parades and fireworks are one of my favorite parts about Disney. So I'm excited to see what they announce about that. And then finally, the Tomorrowland revamp, which is in desperate need of a revamp, I think, personally. So we're gonna get a Stitch replacement probably. The Tomorrowland Speedway update, which I also keep forgetting about, and the Space Mountain refurb. Do you know anything deeper than this, or are these all just rumors?
I think it's pretty much confirmed that they have to announce a Stitch replacement because
Like,
that thing is
because it's been empty
gone.
for
It's just out
so
of
long.
space.
Yeah.
There's rumors that it'll be like Inside Out, maybe Wreck It Ralph, something like that.
Cool. Okay.
Tomorrowland Speedway. Um, there's rumors that it's going to be more themed. They're going to redo the cars and have them more like have LEDs on them that'll fit the theming of Tron. The Tron roller coasters there, because it'll be like over the Tron entrance will be over the
Oh,
Tomorrowland
that's
Speedway.
really interesting. You think they would do that instead of choosing another IP like Cars or Wreck-It Ralph?
I don't think cars would fit in
I
Tomorrowland.
also
That'd be
don't
so
think
out of
Cars
place.
would fit.
Maybe Wreck It Ralph, but I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Cool.
Space Mountain refurb. I don't think anything majors. I think they'll get a new sound system, so it'll be more like Disneyland and
Maybe some new lights.
new lights and just a little touch up here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all of Tomorrowland is slowly going through touch ups. Like as we speak, they're getting a
Mhm.
new sign. They're getting new paint jobs everywhere. So
Good for Tomorrowland.
they're definitely helping out there. And Disneyland is probably going to be one of the focuses, I think, of the Disneyland part of the presentation. Is
Yeah.
I think they're going to announce a Tomorrowland's refurb, which
Okay.
is in more dire need than ours in Disney
You're
World.
right. You're right. Their Tomorrowland
Is a mess.
it's bleak.
It's a graveyard.
Yeah, it's a graveyard. You're totally right. One of my favorite things about the Tomorrowland and Disneyland is that the People Mover track is still there. It's literally grown over. Did you notice that?
Yep.
It's so
Oh yeah,
sad.
of course. I've done a lot of research on the People Movie
It's
track.
the
Not
saddest
just
thing ever.
sitting there in plain sight.
Oh god, it stresses me out. I love the People Mover too much to see it die
But
like that.
I don't know. They say they left it because it's going to cost so much money
Right.
to redo it and take it apart.
Yeah, I heard that
But
too. I heard that too.
we'll
Well,
see.
from Magic Kingdom, we can go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios obviously just went over the most recent updates with Star Wars and Toy Story Land over the past 2 years. But of course, they'll probably still announce little things. I think Rock and Roller Coaster will be rethemed. I know you said you don't really want that to happen, but
I'm
I
open
have
to
heard
it.
you're open to it.
Yeah, I was watching the DSNY D23 predictions video the other day, and I saw his prediction for an Incredible retheming, or the Incredibles
Yeah.
retheming with Edna Mode as a
Oh
pre-show,
yeah.
and I actually think that would be pretty
Uh-huh.
sick, and it opened my mind to the retheming of Rocket Roller Coaster. So
Yeah.
I'm open.
I think it'd be a good idea considering he was talking about how the success of the retheming of the credit coasters went well with the general public, and
Yeah, which I was shocked to hear because actually all my friends that have been on it said they didn't love it.
I loved it.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I wrote it like 10 times.
Okay. All right, good to know.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it.
Sweet.
I mean, I never rode California Screaming,
Okay.
but
Well,
I liked it.
fingers crossed that we'll get, if they do retheme it, it's got to be good because I do love my Aerosmith coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not incredible, I think it may be Marvel themed, as you may have heard in Disneyland Paris. They very rethemed that too, or then the process of retheming it to Iron Man.
It's a lot
They're
of
Rock and Roll.
Marvel coming.
So we'll see. Of course, we don't have the rights right now to make that happen, but we'll see.
We'll see.
This is kind of just a guess. It's not many rumors happening about it, but I think Animation Courtyard could be rehauled for Pixar. So there's a lot of stuff there that is old or could be used better, I think.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't know, for lack of a better word. Because of course the main thing down in Animation Courtyard is the Star Wars launch bay, and they of course opened up Star Wars Land. Galaxy's Edge is opening up this month, so I don't know if there's
My
really need for
beloved
another.
launch bay is going to be taken away.
I mean, launch bay is the main part of launch bay is meeting the characters, and in Galaxy's Edge, the characters walk around,
Right.
so
So there's no need for it anymore.
no real need for it. I think they might retheme that to like a something with Pixar, maybe Monsters Inc. I think.
Sorry, I was just going to say I could see them waiting for the next D23 to talk about Animation
Yeah,
Courtyard, though.
I think so too. Because there hasn't been much talk on this subject.
Yeah.
But there's just ideas I think might eventually come to happen. I think Little Mermaid. It's time for either a revamp of that show or something. Maybe a whole replacement of a new show.
Agreed.
It's fine.
It's in desperate need of updating. It's just
Yeah.
like the movie. Like you can tell it's an 80s show. That's what it is.
Yeah, during my Disney College Program seminar series, one of the lady who's like one of the main people who worked on it, when it started, she spoke to our class and she was just like praising it so much. It's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Oh.
Like everyone loves it, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
It's got lasers.
Yeah, it's got lasers that you're underwater for a little bit. It's got puppets and interesting lighting.
Ariel
But
sits on a rock for a second.
yeah, and it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the main part of it. That's the whole
You
show.
like squeeze a whole movie in 10 minutes with puppets.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
It's good air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all for Hollywood Studios. Thank goodness they're gonna get a little, well, not a break, but a refurb break for a hot minute because they've gone through a lot over the past year.
But there's always more.
There's always more. There's always more.
I mean, because we have stuff they already announced. They have the Toy Story restaurant coming. They have
Right.
Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is still yet to be opened
Hey,
after like
maybe we'll actually get
5
something about
billion
that
years.
this this expo.
Maybe,
I've
maybe.
given up on it, kind of.
People forgot about it.
I
Like, oh, Chinese theater, that's there for show, right?
I
There's
often
no like
forget about it.
there's no attraction in there.
Yeah, so maybe we'll learn something new about that. Anyway, from Hollywood Studios, we go to Animal Kingdom. Wait, this is your prediction?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
Rachel just read my prediction. It's that Dinoland USA will be replaced by some other by an IP, maybe Indiana Jones or Zootopia, which I think both will be pretty easy to do in there. I think Indiana Jones will be easy, obviously, because dinosaur the main attraction. Uses the same exact ride vehicle and track
No. Mm-mm.
as its sister
No.
ride
I refuse.
in
I
Disneyland,
refuse. I refuse. You will
and
not.
it's very popular
You
there.
can pry dinosaur from my cold dead fingers. Do not. Do no. No. I don't want a dinosaur revamp. I love my dinosaur.
I love it too. I think I ranked it number 5 as my as when I ranked all my attractions in Disney World. So
Good. Because it deserves that. It deserves more than that.
yeah, I mean, I have more fun on Dinosaur than I had riding Indiana Jones, and
Agreed.
that's a hot take.
No, agreed. I mean, that's pretty expected coming from me, but I also like Dinosaur better. I think it's more thrilling.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But Indiana Jones is still an incredible ride. Definitely recommend.
Listen, you heard it here first. If they redo Dinosaur, I will be heartbroken forever. So,
They might because they have the new movie coming out with Indiana Jones. They could obviously, like I said, they can easily retheme the ride, and they just have that whole area to work with,
I'm
where all the
always
carnival stuff is. And then they could put Zootopia in there instead too,
yeah,
because it easily fits in with the Animal Kingdom theme,
yeah.
and it's very popular. It did very well in the box office, and they have the sequel coming out soon as well. So
Well, we'll see.
it would make sense, but I wouldn't be mad if they didn't touch it.
Me too.
Um,
So from Animal Kingdom, we go to Disneyland.
we kind of touched on what we think the Tomorrowland revamp will come.
Yeah.
They may even do a Fantasyland revamp. I think they might throw in a new land, is what it's rumored to be. Maybe a Frozen Land, a Tangled
I
Land,
have
something like
not
that.
heard this.
This is all. I mean, there's so many rumors floating
There
around.
are a
So
lot of rumors floating around, but that would be
they
wow.
did. Disney did say the focus of D23 is going to be on Disney World. So not a lot to say about
That's
Disneyland.
our house. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Stealing the
that's a big money maker.
attention.
I think there's supposed to be 3 new Disney Cruise Line ships. So I think they'll have more information about that, including their names.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, like I said earlier, the 100th anniversary of Walt Disney Studios is coming up in just a couple years in 2023. And Bob Iger said he has big plans, so they might hint at some big project they have for that. If it's big enough, and it's only really 4 years away, so if it's a big enough project, they could
Yeah.
announce it right now.
Yeah, they could.
Say this is happening.
I
They probably won't announce a lot.
I have literally no predictions for what that would be.
Yeah,
I
I don't know. Could be a park for all we
be a
know.
park, yeah. They could just drop a
I
park out of
mean,
nowhere.
I think the Epic started bringing it back around to our first topic, Epic Universes. I think it's going to open up. My prediction is 2023.
Okay.
Because I believe Universal Studios was built in about 4 years from foundation to opening.
Yeah.
And Islands of Adventure was built in 2 years. So
probably, yeah. You're probably right.
if they announce it now, it could be open. It could be open in 2023. We do know Disney takes their time on their construction. They want to
Yeah.
get it perfect. Unlike Universal, they're fast there, but they have problems with their openings,
Definitely.
as we saw with Hagrid's opening. That thing opened up fast, but
Yeah.
there was a 10-hour wait the first
Or
day.
Fast and Furious, honestly, that opened decently quick.
Fast and Furious, awful attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a vlog coming up soon where I reviewed that ride, and it's awful.
Big RIP. Yeah, exactly.
And I like Fast and Furious. I just saw the new movie yesterday, and it's better than expected. But
Oh wow, good for them. But yeah, they announce things, they throw them up, see if it sticks, and sometimes it doesn't. So
then they just tear it down and doing something new.
exactly. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Epic Universe. Wow, we really did go full circle, didn't we?
We did go full circle there, so I think that's a great way to kind of wrap up our episode there.
Wow, yeah. Thanks for listening, guys, and thanks for waiting an
Yeah,
entire
well,
month for us to come back. Sorry I was gone.
we'll definitely have more information as it's announced for Epic Universe. We'll
Mhm.
even though we are a Disney podcast, it affects Disney parks, so we're
It
gonna
does.
continue to talk about that, and of course D23 Expo. Probably the next time we talk about it is when it's all over, the weekends after
Right.
the 23rd to the
It'll be
25th
really
of
interesting to
August.
see which of these rumors actually pan out. Because
Yeah,
every
we'll
year I
see.
feel like we're bombarded with a billion rumors and then maybe a couple stick. So,
Yeah, and there's gonna be definitely gonna be ones that we didn't talk about and that are gonna be huge.
yeah, absolutely.
So
So I'm excited to see
we'll be covering all of that in a future episode.
that. Yep.
All right, so we're wrapping up episode 5 of All Ears. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube. Check out my channel, Code. Subscribe, leave us a review on iTunes. Definitely helps out our channel. But we're signing off. As always, Co-World is your world.
Thanks for waltzing around with us.
Peace.